Grand Rising, beautiful souls. So this is my dear friend Lisa, who I've known
Grand
for
Rising.
like 10 years. Yeah.
Yes.
We met a long time ago. I was teaching a yoga class, and I got there early, and Lisa was sitting out there, and we started talking, and then we've been friends.
We haven't stopped talking.
Yeah, we haven't stopped. Haven't stopped. But I am here in Portland, Oregon area and Lisa has a tiny home here, and then she has a place in Mexico too, so she goes back and forth. But it was, when David left for Mauritius and I had to stay and take care of some other things, I was like, what am I going to do? And Lisa invited me to stay with her, and it's been really, really awesome and amazing. Yesterday, we took the day to examine some different spiritual paths, and we wanted to share our experience.
Yeah, so Kim had told me all about going to a chic temple and how wonderful her experience was in another city, visiting a chic temple, and we should go do this. And I was all game for, let's go do this. So we got up early and put on our head covering to respect what they believe, that men and women are covered because of their hair is, they feel there's electric,
it's sacredness.
It's sacredness, and there's energy,
honoring.
And you never ut your hair. Men or women never trim any body hair. And I was just like, well, what's this all about? So off we go, and
I'm going to get closer because
we were met with a very nice gentleman at the beginning who wanted to make sure we knew their customs, and removed our shoes and where the shoe room was, and we felt that and did that, and then they have a little snack first before they feed their people very well, and then we went into the big sanctuary and listened to the chanting of the most sacred leader. I don't know all the names, so forgive me who all these people are, but we were just there to observe, and I was just there to observe. And the music was just so beautiful when it started, with ancient instruments. What's that called?
A harmonium?
A harmonium.
I think it's kind of like an accordion, but
and the drumming, and everything was so beautiful that it made me want to dance, and it made Kimberly want to dance.
I always want to dance.
But she had warned me that the last place she went, that dancing is not allowed during their services, and so she said,
I sit down and I just move my body, and but I'm in the seated position, not on my feet, dancing around. But I'm like, okay, if you guys don't want me to dance, I'm still gonna be like in joy and bliss and in my body,
And I was following suit, and I was like, okay, we'll do that, and I'll sit there. And then we're sitting on this bench in the back row, and then she's like, I want to sit up there in front, so everyone can hear us and feel, or not, we weren't being noisy, but we were being very respectful, but so everyone can feel our joy. And I thought, sure, why hide in the back corner? I'm proud of that. So we went to go sit down, and I, after some time of attempting to sit cross-legged, cannot sit cross-legged for very long. So I stretched my feet out in front of me and was continuing the same thing. And for several, 20, 30 minutes, it was a while. And they have men and women sitting on the opposite sides of the aisle. And a man came over from the men's side to talk to me and said, that is not allowed.
He was very angry.
Please, that is not allowed. And he kept saying, please, 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 that is not allowed.
We didn't know what wasn't allowed.
I didn't know exactly what was allowed, but it reminded me of my past when my father told me when I was a little 4-year-old and I was moving to the music of a jingle on a commercial, because we did have no TV and no radio and no secular music, but I just wanted to dance. And he told me, that's a sin. And that's what I felt this man was doing, was that he came to reprimand me for my dancing, seated dancing.
Yeah, we weren't on our feet.
And I just looked at him, and I was just flabbergasted, and I was trying to find an answer, and I said, but I'm just expressing my joy. And he didn't even hear that, and he left. And Kimberly said, did you notice how he came up to you? He didn't come up to her. He came up to me because I needed to heal something with my past. And I was like, well, here it was in my face again. And then we couldn't figure out, because after that, a woman came up some time passed, and a woman came up and in a very calm and beautiful, loving way said, "Can you please not stretch your feet out like that because it's disrespectful?" And I remembered from yoga and different things that, oh yes, I had my feet in front of the altar like this with my feet up, and that was, and I immediately pulled them back. I was like, I did not intend any disrespect for anyone on their path. And we just wondered about that. And
Yeah,
like, well, we
yeah.
don't really know, but
I think that the gentleman, it triggered in him something so deep of some disrespect, that but it came out in anger. It didn't come out in a loving, compassionate way. And we were, Lisa had never been to one of these places, and so this was our first experience at this Sikh temple. Well, for her, I'd been to one other one in Salem the week before, and I enjoyed it. The people were really lovely, and I had a great time. So I was expecting the same experience, but Lisa got just this anger unleashed on her from this gentleman, and it was really intense. And
so then when we left,
yeah, we
left
were like,
there, and I said,
decided-
there was a couple other things that happened, but
they weren't very friendly.
That wasn't very friendly, and there wasn't very good energy in several different things. They really didn't.
But I
come
do
up to
love
us.
that they feed everyone. Like, I feel like a lot of the practices that they do in there, they don't have a big idols. It's very, but they don't have the joy. There's no joy that I felt in their worship, at least at that one. And I'm not saying that all of them are the same. It depends on the people, right? Everything depends on the leadership there and the people. But our experience there was like, okay, we're not coming back. We're not coming
We're
back.
coming back to this one. But
Yeah.
when I left, I said, I got in the car and I said, I felt heavy in there because I
Yeah.
feel lighter now.
Yeah.
And I
And
was
then
just-
when we went to get our food, Lisa had taken the shawl off of her head, and someone in the line said, "You need to put that back on." And, so all these rules, all these, it just was like, oh, okay.
You need to cover your head. Cover your head, please.
Yeah, and we did that, but
The whole
she
church
had-
service, but now we
Yeah.
were downstairs in the basement.
In the
and
kitchen,
It kept
yeah.
falling off, and it was just like, it was a little shawl, and I was like, I'm just going to put this on my chair so I can go get my food. And anyway,
She
I got
just kept getting
reprimanded.
in
I
trouble.
just kept getting reprimanded, and I was like, this reminds me of all the rules that I grew up with, and everyone's telling me what to do. And yeah, it was getting really
It's
heavy.
heavy, yeah.
So we left, and
But then we went to another heavy church.
Kim was like, Kim was like, I really want to go to these old churches and sing in the acoustical manner because it reminded her of the Tartarians of the old church that was here more than 200 years ago. And this church looked like the architecture of that. And there was
Yeah,
some history
I
with
love
her
it,
and David
yeah.
there of not being able to do this. So
Yeah, David and I went one time, and the Catholic priest, we got there and there was a wedding there, and they were like, "You can't be here, you can't be here," and we're like, "We just wanted to look inside here," and they were like, "No, you need to leave." They were like, he was, you can say the same thing in a loving way or a really rude and hateful way. The same message can be conveyed, but it can come from your heart or it can come from like anger and hatred. And his was coming from this like not a loving way, not like, I am so sorry, we're having this wedding, can you guys come back another time? It was like, and like Lisa experienced at the Sikh temple, like this anger and this hatred coming out and venom. But then when the woman said it to her, she was very loving and kind and said,
the same words. Basically, she explained.
But
and
he
said,
didn't even explain the
No.
man who was angry. He didn't even explain what
He
Lisa
just
was
said,
doing wrong.
"That's not allowed."
That's And we didn't know if it was the moving, our bodies back and swaying. What's not allowed? We didn't even know. But he was so angry he couldn't even have a conversation about how he felt except just spew anger and hatred. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to go back to this church, and so I said, hey, let's go here and we can sing our song, just get our energy back. And so we show up, and there's a Chinese Catholic mass in session, and the guy's up there speaking a language that we don't understand at all. And I was like, well, should we just start singing? And Lisa just starts laughing.
I said, I think that would be rude. They're having their sacred time, and we're interrupting it with our sacred time, which is not fair to them. Let them finish. I
was joking, but
But I just started laughing. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in the back row of the church in the last pew, and we snuck in there during their service. And I said, "Wait till he stops."
So he finally, like a few minutes later, he stops and he says amen. So I just start singing. I just start belting it out. And,
And I tried to sing, but I was laughing too hard because I was just like, I cannot believe what we're doing.
I was having fun. But, people started looking back at us. But it was a short song. And then the two women came over and they
From the
talked
front,
to Lisa.
And they came up and talked to me. And I thought, okay, here they come. But at least we finished our song. And what she said to me was, please, can you be quiet? Because this is being recorded on live TV.
Oops.
And we're like,
We didn't get the memo.
we're like, okay, it's time. Our job is done. We should just leave.
So we exited stage left. We're like, all right, and we laughed and we had so much fun. And we went back to Lisa's place.
And she videoed it all, the song and everything, and the people talking about there's this live TV.
Then we tried to go to one other church and it was closed on Sunday. It was really weird because I was like, well, maybe we'll find another old building we can go sing in there. We didn't. And then this was our last church.
But then I said, we're going dancing tonight because there was this great group of people that dance at 5 o'clock at night with live music, and she's been wanting to dance. And oh my God,
okay,
we found our church.
We found our church. So our experiences with people telling us what to do and you can't do this, you can't do that, and it's just all this and no one was in joy in either of those places. No one was in joy. Yeah, it was just like this stuffy, heavy energy. And so we go to this bar, and I have released alcohol once and for all. We weren't there drinking.
We had 2 club sodas each.
Yeah, with lime. Yeah. We had our club soda to, pay. But this live band, oh my gosh, they were so amazing. And I just went out and just felt my body and moved with the music. And what is it that they say? If you're depressed...
When did you stop singing and dancing?
When did you stop singing and dancing? That's a really good question to ask yourself.
When
if you're feeling in a funk
singing and dancing,
and you're not enjoying life, when did you stop singing and dancing? So we danced, and I danced with everyone. I didn't care if there was someone who, was very obvious they were a transvestite. And I, kind of dancing over in the corner by herself. And not kind of awkward, not really,
Not in her power yet.
Yeah, his, her, whatever.
Yeah.
But I went over and and I grabbed her hand and I started dancing with her. I danced with this middle-aged woman that, and we were having fun, and someone's like, do you know this person? And she's like, no, I don't know her. And anyone who came and wanted to dance with me, I was happy to dance with them because I know that everyone is another me. And so it's not just believe. I know.
Yeah.
And so I am looking at everyone instead of the judgments that you'd normally make, like, oh, I don't want to be with this person. I'm afraid of what someone would think. I don't care. It's all me.
So what we learned from that experience and that experiment that we did is that we didn't know we were doing an experiment until we were in it, until it was over. It was like we went to this one church that was in a beautiful building, the second church that was in a beautiful building, and the third church that was just in a rundown, dive bar.
Hole in the wall bar, yeah.
But the energy that we felt in each of those situations and what it did for my soul.
Yes.
And how my soul was not happy it was starting to get joyful in the second one because we were making our own joy.
Yeah.
And there was less judgment. And in the last one, we just released and we were ourselves and we could love.
Let my body move to the music and loved everyone, and the vibration there, you could feel it, you know, and people were shifting, because when you see people that are not like judging and closed off and they're just enjoying, that opens the door for you to be able to do that too.
So shine your light.
Yes, shine your beautiful bright light.
Shine
Don't care
who you are.
what anyone else
Yeah.
thinks. It doesn't matter. What anyone thinks of you is none of your business. And that's the truth. People are going to think what they think. Haters are going to hate.
Not everyone is into dancing, but try it. You might like it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
move your body.
Just, and there, you know, there was what I loved about it. It was there, you know, anyone could do and be and whoever they wanted. And I saw someone that was just sitting, watching, and smiling, like enjoy.
Yeah.
And by the end, he finally got out and danced with us, and yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and he
really
had some
beautiful.
joy,
And
and that
yeah.
could have been some very far and few. I've seen him there before, very far and few between. And we gave him joy, and he gave us joy, and it was just joyful.
It was so beautiful. So energy doesn't lie. It doesn't. If something isn't making you feel joyful, happy, expanded, it's not your thing.
But there's other things that are.
Find your thing. Whatever makes you light up and joyful and feel the most free and vibrant. Following our highest joy is always highest path. It is. And we realized that yesterday, that we followed our highest joy. I love dancing, and being in that space and being able to just release, and it was so healing. I released so much tension in my body that I've been carrying around just from, you know, dancing. So, anyway,
Happy Monday. Everybody
yes.
have a great day. Love.
We love you. Love is the answer.
Love.
Follow your highest joy. Energy never lies.
No.
Yeah. If energy feels heavy and you don't like it, why are you there?
That's right.
We love you.
We love you.
Yay. Love. Bye. Oh, how did this get? I thought we ended it. Oh well. We thought that was ended. We love you.